Uh, I used to live in Brazil. I grew up in Brazil, and life was pretty good over there. There was nothing wrong in living there. I was a student. I had everything I wanted. We had a very comfortable life. But the idea of moving away to the United States grew stronger after my father left. My father was the first one to leave, and the recession in Brazil in the 80s was really strong. The currency was worth nothing. Prices were changing by the hour, and we had some debts. And he went into some business. My daddy went into some business, and it didn't work out. So he had to leave, and the best place to go was the United States because of the dollar was very strong in Brazil. So after him, my sister came over, and then my mother came, but first was only for a visit, but then once she arrived here, she stayed, and then I came, and you know, that's what happened, and life just went from there, and we moved over here, and everybody came over afterwards. I felt very apprehensive when I was leaving, you know, and I remember being on the plane and thinking like, you know, how things are going to work. I haven't lived with my parents for almost 4 years. We were apart, and I had become independent, and then how are things going to work out living with them again, going to a different country, not speaking the language, not knowing how the daily life goes. I was very apprehensive, very scared. But once I got there, I got here, everything worked out fine. Everything was fine, and you know, we were like the lack of being a family again all of a sudden disappeared, and we were together again. It was great, yeah. My experience once I arrived in the United States was great. I did not have to go through what many immigrants have to go through and all the crazy stories you hear about people not having a place to live. I had a place already waiting for me. I had a family. I had a whole system already settled here. So when I arrived, there was a hot bed, the nice food, everything waiting for me. So I didn't go through all of those things. So I really didn't feel the immigrant experience that so many people had to go through. My sister helped me as soon as I landed to go to some ESL classes, so I learned the language pretty quick. And my father helped me find work, and you know, financially he helped me, so when I didn't have a job, I was able to support myself for a little while. And my father was really a fighter. When he came here, he didn't have anybody, he didn't know anybody, so he had to start from scratch. And he was lonely and alone for a long time, so he was really a fighter when he came. But he settled the whole things, and he made the whole foundations for the family to come after him. I like the idea of freedom, you know, freedom to do anything you wanted. You just have to dedicate yourself, and freedom to walk down the street and, you know, knowing that you are okay and nobody's gonna like come over and try to steal things from you. That's the freedom I like, and most of all, the freedom that you will get somewhere if you dedicate yourself. So that is something that I like about the United States, about living here. One thing that I dislike is racism. I think I never in my life experienced racism the way I experience here. And you know, not only racism of like skin colors, but also of who you are, your culture. You know, I think that the country has to really work hard on it, because you can feel it. When you're an immigrant, you can feel it. And I read somewhere once that when you immigrate and you live in another place, you become nationless, because you don't belong anymore where you were born, and you also don't belong on a place that you're living right now. And sometimes that's exactly how I feel, and I think a lot of people feel like that. You become nationless, and you don't know who you are for a while. And the circumstances here, sometimes the way people treat you, the way some of the system works sometimes against you, you have to really fight that. And that's one thing that I dislike in the United States. Definitely the most memorable moment in the United States was when I got my master's degree. My father was so proud of me. I mean, he had a smile year to year. And I was very proud of myself too, but just seeing my father, like, you know, his eyes looking at me and like really showing. And I heard afterwards that he was telling everybody that, oh my God, my daughter got a master's degree. She graduated, and I was very, very happy to be able to, like, you know, give him that moment, because he was the one that came over before anybody and settled down and, you know, build that foundation for us to come and give us the same comfortable, the same family life that we had back in Brazil. So when I was able to achieve that, to get that degree and show him, look, this belongs to you also, it's not only for me, I was very proud. I was very proud of myself and my family too.